Now, it's no secret that I love indie games and love games that are being developed and off the grid from being AAA. Hence why I like Undertale and any other kind of games like that. Hell, it's the reason one of the first reviews I did was Deltarune. Well, today I am reviewing a game called Oddventure. Now, it's only just had the demo put out as of a few days ago, or I think last night, or somewhere around there. It's only just come out, the demo. And one of my friends, Liam, or as he's better known on Twitter, LupinXGamer, recommended me to it. He quickly linked me to it and went, I think you like this. He was not wrong. And today I'm actually going to approach this very differently and actually talk about Oddventure as a whole, what I found out, what I enjoy about it, what my experience with the demo was. Now, there's a reason that this is being differently presented because, once again, it's a demo, so I can't really talk about the full game and the whole. Second of all, I don't have actually any capture stuff, due to the fact of I wasn't able to capture my time with the game, which is a sad thing because the game itself is amazing and quite actually interesting to play. So I've actually got my written down notes about what I'm wanting to talk about the game. So if I keep looking down, so sorry about that. So to start off with, from what I read off the website before I played the demo was, this is a RPG turn system adventure. It's got a morale system, which I fucking love these in games. Mass Effect was my first actual major, are you good, are you bad? And then Undertale came along and went, are you good, are you bad? This game just went, you've got the choice. I don't know how it's going to play into the grand scheme of things, but I fucking love games that do this. Especially how it's integrated it not only into a battle perspective, but also into just the way that you're able to take on the story. And I'm going to talk about that a wee bit more later on when I'm actually talking about the battle itself. The thing is that I've picked up from the website prior is the choices that you will make will matter, that you will see what comes out from these choices. Not from what I could see in the demo because, well, like I said, it's a demo. The demo itself could take about 20 to 30 minutes if you sped through it and you knew what you're doing. But my time in the demo lasted about 2 hours something. And that's what's scary about it. My time actually lasted that long because I was so engrossed in it. Not reading and that, just wanting to constantly battle, constantly figure out there's hidden stuff. And that's the thing that got me well into it. So let's talk about the story. From what I figured out, this is just from the demo. The intro is presented incredibly well, due to the fact it harkens back to Charlie, the character you'll be playing. It harkens back to her childhood at a certain point. 1994, in 1994, which is a year it's presented in, but it's also presented very oddly. It's like it's through nostalgic goggles in a sense as well. Because you go to school and then you get the bus home and go to your lovely house. And it does have subtitles in between, but going, it was just a normal day, blah, blah, blah. And I think this is a great way of telling a story because it seems like Charlie's telling us it. Meanwhile, she's reminiscing of her childhood home and presenting it in such a way that I was like, this is odd. Because as soon as she walks through the door, you get the canned laughter from like sitcoms and that. I'm just like, wow, this is jarring. It's very odd for me to, because I didn't know anything about this game. I had zero experience, and that's what I loved about it, that I could be surprised by anything. And this is one of the things that caught me off guard. The intro was just so jarring to walk in and then canned laughter and the dad making a joke and the canned laughter, and I was like, this is presented like it's Seinfeld, for God's sake. Anything's a joke. But in that respect, everything is interactable as well, which I found out by clicking the fridge, clicking lockers at school, clicking on anything that I could, found dialogue. Now, the dialogue itself, later on, and even in the intro, is witty. It's funny, it's dark, it's humorous, it's parodious, if that's a word. It's parodying other things. For example, I found like 2 Undertale parody lines in it. For example, weren't filled with determination when you looked in the fridge, and don't trample on the flowers, they have feelings too. Those were the 2 lines that stuck in my head the most because I was like, ha, I know what that's from. There might be other jokes through the demo which relate to other things, but honestly, this straight off the bat, it was like, well, that's funny. The one thing I will say, this gave me such Earthbound/Mother vibes, because the art style, the way it's presented, the way the characters are, the way they talk, this gave me such a kick in my nostalgia. And I'm only talking recently because I got into Earthbound/Mother the last 2 years, a year and a bit now, because I got the Nintendo Mini, I reviewed it, I played the crap out of Earthbound, and then went on to play the sequels and all that, because I wanted to find out more, I wanted to play that world, because it inspired the genre in the indie, like Undertale, etc, blah blah blah. And I know I'm going to be using Undertale as a wiffle ball bat as an example, but that's the only other one I seem to have that I know that well. Oddventure, like I said, it's presented really well, the intro. Now, after your first day of screwing around, clicking on things and all that, you are then introduced to the fact that you're going to have a younger brother. That's cool, but then it kind of fast forwards, like in a way that you'd fast forward a VCR tape with the VCR lines and that. And then it keeps flash forwarding to the end point where your brother's about to be born, and this is where, once again, the story is beautiful so far, because it does so much with so little from your character. Your character doesn't even speak in the intro, but it doesn't even show you your brother being born. Like, the only comparison stuff I've got is like Fallout 3, when the intro, when your character is just born, and it visualizes parts where you can sort of see things like your mother dying and all that. Oddventure does this with just sound alone, and that conveys everything you need to know. It doesn't need imagery, it doesn't need dialogue. The sound alone was enough for you to get the hint that your mother died during childbirth. It was such a melancholy turn. I was like, this is dark, I like this for some reason. Once again, it was interesting. I did enjoy that. Knowing that there's tragedy in your family, that your character will now change that it will explain the change between your past and now. That's what got me interested. Flash forward to whenever it is that whatever age you are with Charlie, I'm going to say like 7 years later, 8 years later, because your brother is in the game and he's able to talk, run around, do etc and all that, because it then flashes to a forest, and the way the forest is introduced as well is quite nice. It shows like tranquilness, a squirrel walking up to this weird, fancy, dark creature which just gobbles up the squirrel in one shot, which I took a moment to laugh my ass off of that because I found it hysterical. It's almost like, look at that beautiful butterfly. Oh dear. It's kind of like that funny thing where it'll be like a nature program and all of a sudden like the animal you're watching gets bombed or something. It's that random. I was like, oh god, I was not expecting that. Then again, that comes into the direction and the humor of the story, which I find funny because it is a dark comedy adventure, which once again, it's just wow. So where am I on this list? Because I've just rattled on. So the story progresses with you having to work your way through the forest and getting introduced to the tutorial, how you're walking around, your movement, everything you're doing. And it's done through a magical frog, which is humorous as well, with how he presents himself and how he talks to the character. Here's another thing about your character. She is mute. She does not interact with words to other people. For example, the way that any protagonist way back wouldn't have any major dialogue. You just understand that they're talking to that person as they're talking back to you. Best example I've got is Cave Story, because I've just completed that. Quote, the main character you play, is mute, but everyone talks to you as if you've been talking back to them. And this is until I played Curly Brace, I realized that he has 3 lines of dialogue. And that's not until like you're doing the good run. But nevertheless, that shows that you can do a lot with a little. This game does a lot with only using your character having speech bubbles above them. For example, it'll pop above them and it'll be like the anime like nerve symbol, skull and crossbones, and the way they present themselves with their animations. With her anger, she does this busting her fists together, but she's got like The way it's presented, her jumper's far too long, so you just see the two floppy ends of her arms just go plump, plump. I'm just, oh, that's so adorable. It's like trying to be threatening when you're not. The tutorial itself is presented really well. It just shows you a basic puzzle building, how to do combat. And this is where combat itself is very different and very unique. Like, it's your stereotypical, you get to attack or you get to do actions, guard, and run away. Use items as well, sorry. The way it's presented is, you see the back of them, you get your health bar, but you also get a mood bar, which is, you get your happy, your sad, and your middle ground. The more happy you do, the more happy attacks, or the more positive attacks, such as sympathize and their actual ability attacks, which are various, will do more to that. Will do more, I like to say damage because it was damage, but it will do what, it will raise the moods or decrease the moods or do damage to the enemies that you'll come across. And the only two enemies I came across that were actually random battles were a flashing gnome and a fungus. And the fungus was fun to fight against. The flashing gnome was quite, oh my god, it has cheek and tongue humor with perverts, etc. and all that, and it does have quite a few lines of dialogue which is funny about it, and I do absolutely love it. I do absolutely love the fact the dialogue's cheek and tongue with it, going, that gnome's a pervert. And I'm like, well, obviously he's about to flash you. What else? The overworld has items for you to pick up which will help you in battle. Once again, if you pick up a certain item in the overworld, you can go into your menu and status and party, which is stereotypical of RPGs and all that. But you can also increase the moods of each party member outside of battle, which helps greatly because when you go into certain battles and you just want to get through them fast. For example, I got pulled up against one flashing gnome and I was like, cool, everyone's happy in the team, so we're just going to use all positive attacks and just nuke them out instantly. But like I said, it's turn-based, so you do get this wee bar at the top of the screen and it does show you the turn order. I love these kind of mechanics because Final Fantasy X was the last game that had that mechanic in it for me. Rather than just random attack, oh, you can get a second turn if you're lucky and you didn't know about it. This allowed me to plan out, and I love planning out attacks and strategies, and just, oh, wonderful game for me to play. There's other details in the forest which is great. For example, the flowers stay trampled once you trample on them. It's not just like, oh, it's a funny sprite that just pops back to normal once you walk out the room and go back in. I found myself traversing back over certain areas in the demo and finding the flowers all trampled. And I was like, oh, I did that earlier, didn't I? Huh. And the characters themselves is presented in funny ways. There's an evil duck, which, holy god, that's one hell of an evil duck. Gave me flashbacks to Untitled Goose Game. Well, I don't know whether that's parodying the actual Untitled Goose Game, but that's still funny to experience to fight a duck, which is evil. Which, once again, is shown in the intro of the forest, which is, oh god, it's an evil duck. It's one of the things that you kind of go, it's the least threatening thing in the world to us. But in this fantasy world, it's devil. What the hell? I had a smile from ear to ear playing through this tutorial. Not only because of the puzzle solving, but I figured out that if you hadn't solved the puzzle right, and you found like a treasure chest elsewhere that you really wanted, but you knew what you needed to do, I just ran out and ran back in, and everything had reset itself, so I was able to achieve getting that item later on, which was great for me and really well presented. That I get second chances to go get these items if I really wanted it. So it gets me excited for future puzzles coming because that was interesting to see how that worked. Battles, like I said, are very interesting and very wonderful. It's just brilliant to sort of see this idea that you can do pacifist, genocide, or normal, and you can mix it in between how you try and do it. The combat mechanics, as well as the fact I ran into literally an early game breaking kind of thing that you can do, which is Bonzo, your brother. He's got an ability called Joke, which can cause a laugh fit for your opponent, which will miss their next turn. I don't know, did it have a charge up time or not? I think it does have a charge up time, but it still will kick off either guard. But the more happy he is, the more powerful it is, and keeps him in longer. When I came across the boss, the wolf, for the demo, I had him in a laughing fit, and I had him near to like finished off and pacified. I came across the fact that not everybody's going to be able to take him down just like that. Because all the gnomes and the funguses were getting killed off that easy lock. Just put them into laughter, start patting them on the head, hitting them with positiveness, done. I haven't done a genocide run. I don't really want to do a genocide run, that's the weird part. It's actually made me not want to be evil in this game. I personally love this game, especially the fact that the wolf surprised me by going, even the wolf surprised me by going, hey, guess what? I've got status removal effects, and I put myself back to 0 mood. I was like, that's pretty interesting. And the way I defeated him was using an item which completely caught me off guard. I never expected it to work. Never expected it to actually do a damn thing. Present, just one hit killed the wolf. I was like, okay, this works. Like stuff like that can catch me off guard, and I absolutely love it. The only other thing I can positively talk about and want to just talk about massively is the music. Oh my god, I've never been kicked in the nuts so positively by the music that I'm like, give me more tracks, I want more of this please, I want to experience a lot. This helped towards the feelings, the moods of the game, where you were, everything. It just wow, and I was like, holy god, just more please. I cannot get enough of it. And I've got the soundtrack on my headphones, I can hear it slightly, and I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to play the game. There is one thing though I want to talk about as well, and I want to talk about fully in length, and I want to discuss it a lot more when I get my hands on the full game, and when I have every intention to play this as a full game. The negative space, there's 2 segments in the game which are very dark, depressive, negative, and I'm not going to explain them, I'm just going to say these are things I wish to talk about at length at some point. Either I will do it as a separate video or as a mainline, like when I've done the proper thingy, the game. But these catch me off guard, and because once again I suffer from depression, blah 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 blah, I found myself relating to this far more than what I should have, and I caught myself off guard going, oh, whoa, and I kind of knew where each segment was going because I can relate to it in some ways. And that was also another thing that was like, it doesn't break the flow of the game, it makes you understand the character more. And that was beautifully presented the way it is. My only things I've got left to say is things I liked and things I want fixed or done. And I know it's a demo and it's already like 90% done or 100% done or whatever it's done. These are only things I wish that they could put in, or things I hope that they do. The good things I absolutely liked was music, like I said, because god, you can't say enough of that. The TV scan lines, like it's presented like a TV, old 90s TV, like adventure on your old Nintendo with scan lines. I fucking love games that do this. Like, the collection games, Aladdin and Lion King, the last one I got, could add scan lines to the game. You're damn right I played it. My Sega Mega Mini and Nintendo and all that, apart from PlayStation, because PlayStation sucks, they add scan lines. I love doing this, mainly because it makes me feel like a kid again. The characters are all beautifully presented. Like, there's a segment where it gets you questioning the characters' morality and who they are. And it's not the main characters, it's like NCPs you meet, and it's all beautiful. I fucking love it. Yeah, the one other thing is, for the full release, like, they do a Kickstarter plug at the end, and god, I am the meme when it comes to that now. It's like, take my money. I will be throwing money at this and recommending this to people and sort of saying, right, throw money at it. Because I want this to happen. I want this game to happen so badly. It is happening, but I want it to reach its funding. I want it to, and I'm really, really so excited for the game. And it's been a long time since I've been super excited for anything in the game world, considering my last 3 games have been 2 of them disappointments and 1 a revisit. And finally, my only things that they do fix or get done, I've only got one. You add a windowed mode, so I can actually capture my footage. Because I really want to show this off to people, and I'm so angry I wasn't able to. No matter what footage or software I was trying to get, I couldn't capture this at all. And if there is a windowed mode, please let me know. And the way to get it windowed mode, let me know and show me how, because I want to capture this so badly. That's it. Thank you very much for effectively watching this. I cannot wait to see what secret story, what transpires from this. I cannot wait. Please keep watching for when this comes out. I will probably also plug its Kickstarter by saying, hey guys, go fund this, because it's really needing funded and it's really good. Other than that, if you like games like this, please go check out the demo, go check out the website, go check out their Twitter and check everything these guys are, because oh my god, it's been a long time since I've been surprised by people and surprised by something like this. So yeah, thank you very much and catch you around for the next one. Hey people, sorry this is so long. This is actually probably the longest review video I have. The reason is because this is actually going to be one of the mainline videos. 2 is because I really want to talk about this game, but I'm not going to wait for it to come out as a full game, because these guys, this person or this team has made this game and has impressed me that much and made me that happy to play it, and I do recommend going and doing it, and I cannot talk about it any more positively than that. I mean, it's great for what it does, it's brilliant for what it tries achieving. Yes, you might notice another icon. This video isn't going to be out. This video is out before the next the next video that should have been out. It's because I'm not waiting a month to put this video out, and I'd already done that video. So watch out for the video coming up this month, Croc, which is 27th of May, which is my birthday. Hope you do enjoy this video. Hope you go and check out this. Hope you do follow the likes. Hope you do follow the Twitter. No mind, go check out their stuff. Thank you very much for watching this, and oh my god, sorry I wasn't able to actually show any footage of mine because once again couldn't capture. So you've had the box up there sort of showing you the same footage repeated over and over, and images get flashed in between. I hope that is enough for you to kind of go, yes, I'm going to go check out that game, and my ramblings. Thank you very much people, and so sorry this has been so long.